Hello, everybody. What's going on? Oh, I gotta turn the speaker on. What is going on? Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. How is everybody? Eddie's not here yet. He should be coming anytime. But we know how all that works. So you're stuck with just me for the moment. There we go. Get everything set. Hey, Misty Cow, how are you? Hey, Andy. I'm doing good. Doing good. So far, so good. Hope all is well with you. Hey, kitten, how are ya? Yeah, so far, so good. Woke up in a good mood. So that's always the best, you know. So we're just waiting on Eddie. He should be coming any time now. Gotcha, kitten. Well, I hope you have a good day at work. I know sometimes that's hard. Can't tell if it's snow shedding on the roof or if it's Eddie coming through the door. Good, kitten. Good. That's always, you're the best. Well, that's cool. That's good that it's easy work that, you know, it's tough to find a job like that. Hey, Terry. Nice. We'll have to check it out. How you doing, Terry? Exactly, Andy. It does sound like the best kind of work, right? Definitely. When it's easier, it's better. Definitely. So we're just sitting here, you know, chilling out until Eddie gets here. Maybe. We'll see how long he takes. I figured he was on his way when he was like, food? Oh, that's cool, kitten. It's around kids. Yeah, that makes it a lot easier. Definitely. I love working with kids. Definitely. Oh, damn. Yeah, here it don't know what it wants to do. It was snowing last night, then it turned to rain, now it's back snowing big flakes again. It's like I'm hot, I'm sweating to death, but yet in a couple seconds I'll be cold. So it's all good. It's crazy. Thank you, Nicole, for the ice cream. Oh, very cool, kitten. Very cool. Mr. Minkster did martial arts for a little bit. No, Andy, he's not coming home with chicken fried steak. No. And you're just an asshole for mentioning a banana shake. Thank you, Heather, for the lemons. No, he asked what I wanted. I told him breakfast bowls. That's what I like. Yeah, that's a good question, Andy. Hey, I got my sounds back. I should, maybe. I got my sounds back. So we got the slap and for the banana milkshake. There you go. Got a little bit of a sore throat today. No, I thought it was him, but it's not. It's hard because when the snow sheds off the roof, it makes all these weird different sounds. Right? Right? I know, I owe them a few, don't I? I owe you a few slaps. Honey, lemon, and ginger. Yeah, I usually do a hot toddy without the alcohol. The honey and the lemon. I love it. If I could drink that stuff, just, you know, my stomach probably wouldn't love it, but I love that. That was so naughty but nice too. Yeah, honey and lemon. I don't usually do the ginger, but hot toddies definitely work well. I usually go to my boss and ask her, like, Miss K, can you make me a hot toddy without the alcohol? I got a sore throat. She's big on, because they're Korean. So, like, anytime anybody gets sick, well, because ginger root obviously costs a lot, but they use that for people that are sick. And last year or the year before, I was really sick, and I still, go to work when I'm sick. That's just the way I am. And she made me chicken noodle soup with ginger in it. And boy, did I feel better the next day. Seriously, that stuff is wicked. Yeah, ginger is good. Yes, yes. When it comes to homemade remedies, they're the ones, Miss K. I'll go run to Miss K, the first person. Thank you, Heather. I know why it is. I was stretching the muscles a little bit. No, I was not singing, but I was kind of messing. We have bunnies around here because, Valdez is home of the bunnies. And I was like, I don't know, I do this thing with dogs where I get a high pitch going. And I was seeing if it would mess with the bunny, and now it hurts. I haven't done it in a long time, so it's my own fault. Oh, that's gross, Andy. I'll just stick with a vacuum cleaner hose up each nostril, then fill my ice cream topping jar. That's like, I can't understand how people use, what are they, nutty pods? Nutty pots? I can't. There's no way in hell I could do that. There's no way in hell I could use them. I don't understand how. Geez, I swallow wrong. I think I'm drowning. It's one of those things where you spin around in a pool and you get that stinging in your nose. I get like that when I freaking swallow wrong. I'm lucky Andy isn't. I hardly lose my voice. I don't know how Eddie sounded last night. He was sounding rough, so I don't know how he's sounding this morning. But yeah, those nutty pods, I don't know how the hell anybody uses them. Sorry, just checking to see if Eddie messaged me. I don't know where he is. Today, anyway, we're talking about centering and self-awareness. And there's some pretty cool stuff on the topic we're going to be discussing. And yeah, help in a little bit of Transformation Tuesdays. Oh, excuse me. But yeah, so my sore throat was my own fault. I should know better. What are you going to do? You know? Always watching. Yes. I know you guys are always watching. Stupid snow. See, that's another thing here. I don't know whether it wants to be warm or cold. It's snowing, but yeah, it's also melting. It's the only place in freaking the world that I know where you can have melting snow, but yet it's snowing. New York, that never happens. It's either snowing or it's melting, one or the other. So crazy. So crazy. Oh, I'm not at the top. There we go. All right. So who knows what? Watch. I'll get started and he'll come in. I know how this works. We've done this before. Yeah. Somebody's watching me. I swear to God, that song is how anxiety feels. 65 there today? Wow. I don't know what the temperature is here. Oh, I should. It's on my phone. Maybe. It is 35. So what that means is 35. Well, it's about 40, 45 on the East Coast in that temp. So I always add like 10, 15 degrees on our temperature, and that's usually what it is in the East Coast term. The bear went over the mountain. You know, we got scared the other. Hey, Linz, how you doing, hon? Welcome. Dude, we got scared the other night. Freaking our friend's dog got out of its fence, and me and Eddie were sitting there. Well, it was a couple weeks ago, but me and Eddie were sitting there talking about bears and that the bears should be coming out. Just as we said that, the dog came around the corner and scared the shit out of both of us. All you see is a snout. And it's like, ooh. But yeah, it was definitely like, what the hell? All right, guys, I'm going to get started here. Make sure he didn't text me. Nope. All right. Well, you get to stare at his chair for a little bit. Leviathan. I love that movie. Leviathan and the Abyss. Both of them. I love them. It's your birthday today, Linz. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. I hope you have a day, or you're having a day, because I remember now you're in the evening, or getting to the evening. But I hope you are having an awesome birthday. Anyway, you're very welcome. See, Eddie's not here to keep me on track. What the hell? You're the best around. You're the best around. Okay, let's get going here. So the overview is basically learning how to center yourself is perhaps the most important skill that people never learn. Do you start the day in a calm or reactive state? Do you end the day feeling nourished or depleted? How about during the middle of the day? Are you focused or are you scattered? Hello, my bug. Hello, Danielle. I didn't even see you come in. You just snuck right in there. How you doing, Danielle? Are you still out of school? Are you okay? You feeling okay? She's been sick. Not feeling so good, so. I had to count to see what time it was there. I start the day with a desperate urge for the toilet and finish it feeling sleepy and dizzy normally. Well, we know why that all is, Andy. I got something to tell you, and haha, yes. Okay. All right, honey. Hit me up in Messenger when it's working. Jesus, your brother got a message from me 2 days ago that I sent a week ago. I'm glad you're feeling better, though, baby. So, all these questions, they all relate to the being in the center. It's an idea that may sound mystical or historic at first, but it's real. And you can experience it directly in the present moment. So we've been in the center before. So what does the center feel like? As Joseph Campbell said in The Power of Myth, there's a center of quietness within, which has to be known and held. If you lose that center, you are in tension and begin to fall apart. The center doesn't have a location, but yet there are physical regions associated with it. It's more of a dynamic point, a psychic equilibrium or inner balance, basically. So when you're in the center, there's no resistance. Everything is just, everything just is. You're alive, alert, active, and the inner calm prevails. Abiding in the present moment, you act spontaneously. You don't try to achieve this present awareness. It's a result of being in the center. So when you're in the center, you're not trying to achieve it because you're already there. You feel that calm. It's like you don't feel happy or sad in the center. You don't feel positive or negative in the center. You're just are. You're in the neutral. It's a skill. It's definitely skill. We've all experienced the center before, but only in brief moments. Anyone can learn to abide in the center. You just got to train yourself to notice when you're out of the center. Then with the right method, you can reclaim the center over and over again. With practice, you'll be able to center yourself with greater frequency. So let's look at the signs that you're off center. Clear indications that you're out of the center throughout the day. You might take on too many tasks, or you often multitask. You're reactive, checking your phone compulsively. Fail to differentiate what is urgent from what's important. I'm that. Feeling fatigue early in the day. So there. In your mental and emotional state, you are consumed by negative self-talk. You're easily distracted, unable to focus, ruminate. Thank you, Lance, for the ice cream. You ruminate about the past or hold anxiety about the future. Thank you for the ice creams. You get stuck. You get high-strung and overwhelmed. Excuse me. In the evening, you might end your workday depleted, just done. Struggle with impulse control with sugar, social media, alcohol, snacks, TV, drugs, porn, shopping, anything. That impulse comes in. Can't remember what you did yesterday or even today. You go to sleep too late or crash too early. I do that. So are any of these signs familiar to you guys? Because I sure do. They are to me. So most of us I love shopping. I absolutely love shopping. I'm always multitasking, definitely. Just here comes Eddie. Yeah, I'm constantly multitasking. Eddie will tell you I always usually have 12 tabs open on my computer, studying different things. So most of us are out of the center all the time. Our search for happiness is the consequence of being out of the center. We strive for success to build self confidence largely because our center eludes us. Other symptoms of being off center include your feeling of overwhelmness, your laziness, procrastination, fixed mindset, self criticism. That's being out of center. When we're out of center, we don't trust ourselves. Others become our authority, basically. We don't trust in what we're doing. And the truth is, when you're not in the center, you can't trust yourself because you can't connect with your instincts or true feelings. So we experience in all fulfillment from the center. When we don't abide there, we feel inadequate. This forces us to look into the future, or or reminisce in the past, basically. So we believe the answer lies in a better job, or the right relationship, more money, prestige, and so on. So when you're not in the center, you're just, you're thinking about what you could have. In the center, you don't need to think about what you could have because you're in the center and you're just neutral about everything. Certainly, these all things, this is what we believe. All these things will satisfy my need, fill that hole, but it's not going to. I've told you guys before, the biggest lie I tell myself, if I get this, I'll buy this, and it'll look pretty, and so I'll clean and keep everything nice, and yeah, that's not happening. I know this. Before, because I'm self-aware, I realize what I'm doing. But in the moment, I don't realize what I'm doing. And it's usually late at night when I'm tired. Perhaps the biggest sign of our collective condition is the prevalence of mental disorders. Anxiety disorders affect 18% of adults ages 18 to 54 in the United States. But that just counts disorders. Virtually everyone experiences anxiety at various levels under certain circumstances. When you're out of the center, fear, anger, and shame basically rule you, right? So returning to the center, thankfully it's easy to return to the center, if only for temporarily. At least it gives you your body that relief a little bit. So it takes two ingredients: awareness, the ability to detect when you're out of center at the moment, and method, an effective practice for centering yourself. I stress that it's easy to center yourself because if you think it's difficult, it will be. Okay, Linz, no problem. Yeah, exactly, Nicole. I mean, anxiety is big these days, not only because of the pandemic, but just everything's chaotic right now. And I believe that's, to me, and my belief, that's because of just everybody. There's so much energy in the world right now, good and bad, that just, it's chaotic. But so if you think it's going to be difficult, it's going to be, right? If you believe, like I did at once, that it takes years of mind training to center yourself, well, if you believe that, it's going to take years then. So before we dive into a range of centering practices, it's helpful to have a conceptual understanding of the center, okay? Before I go on any farther. It's because everybody's sitting stagnant. They don't have anything to keep their mind busy. So yeah, with the pandemic, everybody's had a chance to sit down and relax and take a look, really look at themselves, which is hard to do. Hello, my baby.
Hi, baby.
Don't touch anything. I don't know why, but both of them are working perfectly. I don't know how you have it set up, so I just did it that way.
Oh, what the fart?
That's right, I'm here.
Watch out, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Did I get it right? Probably not. Huh?
Yeah, it's just that the monitor's turned awkward.
Sorry. Hey, easily distracted.
Sorry, guys, it's a little late.
It's lunch hour. Digging up shrubs and cutting down weed trees and fence. Nice. Nice. How was work?
Don't ask.
Okay. We won't ask.
Eddie missed you saying happy birthday to me, Missy. You don't have to remind me. It pops up on my Facebook feed. Sorry, I've been at work for the past 10.5 hours. Happy birthday, Lynn.
Yes, chaos in the house. So we're talking about centering and getting ourselves centered. So the 4 centers of intelligence.
Hello.
Thank you, Nicole, for the lemons.
You're welcome, Lynn.
Appreciate that. So there isn't just a single center. There are 4 primary centers of intelligence. Any of these centers is a gateway to bring you back to the present. These centers are often referred to the works of Plato, Carl Jung, G.I. Gurdjieff, and Rudolf Steiner, among others. They are found in the traditions of alchemy, Taoism, Hinduism, and the Kabbalah. Neuroscience shows correlations to these centers too. So each center provides vital information about ourselves and our world.
Hi, everybody.
The physical center is located just below the navel in the energetic systems like the Quanjong. This center is called the lower dantian. In Japanese, it's the hara. Thank you, Heather, for the lemons.
Yes, thank you.
While the brain has approximately 100 billion neurons, the digestive system has roughly 500 million nerve cells. So the gut sends electrical signals to the brain via the vagus nerve, allowing the gut to talk to the brain, right? So, but the gut's autonomous nervous system allows it to work independently of the brain. Neuroscientists often call you're the best. The gut's autonomous nervous center allows it to work independently of the brain. Neuroscientists also call the gut the second brain. Okay? And if you tend to take in information via your 5 senses, you'll favor the physical center. This is called a sensing type. Returning to the center entails bringing your awareness to bodily sensations. So specifically, bring your full awareness to your navel region, which I'm very aware of my body. If something's going wrong with it, I usually know. Even though I'm not diabetic, I know when I've had too much sugar and I need to counterbalance that, or vice versa. Just different things that you should know about your body, that if something's not feeling right, you know specifically what it is and why it's happening. Then we have the emotional center, which of course is the heart region, right? So did you know that the heart has a neural network too? The heart has roughly 40,000 neurons. Yes, it has fewer neurons than the brain, but the electromagnetic field produced by the heart is over 100 times greater than the field created by the brain, according to the Heart Math Institute. Hey, Jim. I almost didn't either. I was sitting here doing some work and I looked and it was 9:20. I was like, oh, I better go have a cigarette.
There.
Exactly, easily distracted. They said when I sneeze, it means I'm very hungry. ASAP before cranky. See, it's just, little things that we teach ourselves about our body. Nice. So, with this, if you tend to interpret experiences through your emotions, you favor the emotional center. This is called the feeling type, and that's what I do, basically. Returning to the center means connecting with your present moment feelings, centering your awareness.
Hello, Patrick.
Hey, Patrick! In your chest area.
I think I've got everybody I said hi to. No, I did miss easily distracted. Easily distracted. Apparently I am right now too, so.
So then we got the mental center, and that, of course, is your brain region. Most people are familiar with this center. It gets most of our attention. We often favor this center, excluding the others. If you evaluate the world through your thoughts and mental models, you favor the mental center. This is called the thinking type. Returning to the center means quieting your mental chatter and emptying your mind. And then we have the spiritual center. The spiritual or psycho-spiritual center doesn't have a precise location. Okay? Some traditions place it on the third eye or the pineal gland region. Others place it at the crown of the head, about 6 inches above it. Taoist sage Hong So, or Su, said that when there is more separation between this and that, it's called the still point of Tao. At the still point of the center of the circle, one can see infinite of all things. Now, Taoist and Buddhist psychology use the concept of the host and a guest to explain the fourth center. Now, I think this is a cool analogy. So the psyche part of you is your house, okay? At the present, many guests inhabit the house. These guests are your subpersonalities, all the characteristics or parts within your psyche. The host is the higher self. The self is neutral, clear, and empty. It doesn't consume by thoughts or feelings like the guests do. Okay? The host keeps order in the house. But where is the host? The house is overrun by unruly guests. So returning to the center brings the host back to the established order, freeing the individual from being influenced by the guests. So I thought that was a really cool analogy of how to look at it.
Well, it is, especially when you were talking about allowing your stomach to talk to your brain. That's where the intuition comes in.
Mm-hmm.
If you feel it in your gut,
Mm-hmm.
it's probably true.
Exactly. And a lot of us don't follow our gut instinct unless it's really a red flag going up. Then we're like, ugh,
Right.
So just remember, the physical is the gut, and that's sensing. Okay. Emotional is the heart, and of course that's feeling. Mental is the brain, and that's thinking. And spiritual is the psycho-spiritual, which is the intuition. So how do we center ourselves? The good news is that many transformative practices to help us locate these centers, even better, most of them don't take long to reap the benefits. The process is basically straightforward. Notice, the first one being notice when you're out of center. the more we're aware of ourselves, and that's why we're going to talk about self-awareness as well, because that is the biggest to help mentally and get rid of, I wouldn't say get rid of, but just calm down the anxiety and even help other mental disorders. I'm not saying go against doctors and stop taking your meds. I'm not saying that at all. Please continue to do that and consult a physician. But the more you know about yourself and why you work the way you do, it helps to calm and not suppress them, but just calm those emotions down.
Control.
Yeah. If that makes sense. So when you are out of center, do a transformation practice that centers you. Notice when you're out of center is half the battle. And that's That's exactly what I just said. Knowing yourself is the best gift you can give yourself. So we experience most of our lives out of the center. That's just who we are. There's a good chance that you're out of center right now. They wrote, I was a second ago until I brought my awareness back to the present. One of the many gifts of mindfulness meditation is that you can help train your mind to remain in a state of non-judgmental awareness. The challenge most mediators have, or meditators have, not mediators, is they separate the meditation practice with the rest of their lives. But to remain in the center, you want to make this reflective state more available throughout the day. So we're going to go through like different practices, because some of the times, I try to put as many things out there as I can. So maybe one of them will make you have a aha moment. Okay, I understand that. That's why we talk about different things all the time, is because something that might work for me might not work for you, and vice versa, right? So if I give you an options, one of them might click.
Well, that's like, if you're going to say that, that's like, use the example of, say you're doing a mass reading in tarot. Mm-hmm. If it resonates with you, then it's meant for you to understand.
Right.
If it don't resonate, don't knock it. It just wasn't for you.
Right. And that's why I think a lot of us too, like, hear different things on the spirit box. I've mentioned that before, is because we're all in different vibrations. So we're hearing different vibrations. And that's what the spirit box was meant to do when it was first made, was break that. So when we're hearing messages that we're supposed to hear ourselves. So you might pick up something like a name, where I might hear something like bedroom or something, you know what I mean? Something that I'm supposed to hear when he hears something he's supposed to hear. Okay, so since I find that the best to remain neutral toward these practices, different practices work better under different circumstances. Depending on your personality type, you may find certain practices work better for you than others. You should notice the effects of these powerful practices within a minute or two. If after 2 minutes you don't feel a shift in your conscious state, you're either doing something incorrectly or the practice may not be right for you. The first one is breathe like it matters, conscious breathing. When you're out of center, one of this thing is certain. You're not breathing properly. When your mind is racing, your breath is coarse. So observe your breathing. Don't try to change anything. Just simply observe.
All right.
Welcome back, Danielle.
I was going to say, I recognize that name, but I was going to ask you, who is that?
Welcome back, bud. For anybody that don't know, Danielle, or Delta Rune fan, that's my daughter. But most of you know that.
I don't know. She changed his name, so it's like it's hard for me to keep track. Is that her?
So Thank you, Nicole, for the ice cream. Thank you. So observe your breathing. Like I said, don't change anything. Just simply observe the involuntary process of breathing. Let the mind follow the body, not vice versa.
Hi,
Hey,
Ruth.
Ruth.
Sorry I'm yawning, guys. Hey, Amora.
Hey, Amora. Welcome, guys. How are you? Variation 2 is take deep, slow, rhythmic, quiet breaths from your belly.
She wants to know what we're talking about, and she says I change names for a reason. To trick y'all.
We're talking about centering yourself and self-awareness. So if this creates tension doing this, breathe from your chest a few times first before focusing on your belly. Just 3 or 4 breaths can help you bring you closer to the center. Han Hong, stand like a tree. This is one of the most effective ways of centering yourself. And I've done this, and believe me, it's beautiful when you feel it. You feel it. So this is one of the most effective ways of centering yourself. Stand like a tree with your feet, shoulders width apart, and your spine straight. Imagine a cord extending from the crown of your head to the sky. Now, there's numerous variations to this practice. One being place both of your hands over your navel. While your head is floating above your body, allow the rest of your body to relax and sink down. So, like, keep your head, your neck straight, but let your body relax. Variation 2, imagine that you're a tree. Your head, arms, and hands and fingers are all branches. Your legs and torso from the trunk, and your feet sprout roots. We've talked about this before. This is one of the grounding methods that I use. Your feet sprout roots for far down beneath the ground.
Thank you, Ruth.
Thank you, Ruth. Feel how heavy your feet get as they take root.
If you didn't see, Bug said she texted you on Messenger, by the way.
Okay. All right, hon. I'll read it after the show. Variation 3. Imagine that you're a giant connecting heaven above you and earth beneath you. Feel what it's like to be a channel between these two forces.
Now, what if you lose concentration and you lose your grounding and do you become like an accordion? I don't mean like seriously.
Oh, you mean I'm sorry. No, I mean, if that happens, we're human. So when you're trying at first, it's going to happen where you lose focus. Just things are going to come into your mind. Just observe them and push them away and then refocus back. Okay. Don't worry about, things coming in. It's going to.
Yeah, like I wasn't trying to be a smarthead. I just meant like your emotions, thoughts, and everything. You're going to start doing an accordion effect.
Right. I get what you're saying now. But yeah, things are gonna, when you first start to try these and that, your mind's gonna wander. It's just, we're human. We're not used to being in that center. So go ahead and let it wander, but just don't focus on one thing. Like if a thought comes into your head, just kind of like, it's hard to say push it away, because if you don't know what I mean,
just by it.
Yeah, just okay. Okay, I thought about it. Now go away.
Observe it and then walk away.
Yeah. So, for added benefit, stand barefoot.
We're good, Ruth. Thank you.
So feel your feet. Shift your awareness. When you're out of center, you're often overthinking, which we all do, right? Too much energy is swirling in your head. So put both feet firmly on the ground. Place your full awareness on the bottom of your feet. This helps draw the excessive energy down into your body. Pay attention to any sensations in your feet. This practice usually works within 30 seconds.
More says it's like when you get a chat room. But
Yeah.
come in and then and process it and move on.
Exactly. This help. No. Belly bliss. Attention to your navel. In Tai Chi, the center of your body is the lower dentine, about 2 inches below your navel. Place your awareness in this area and breathe naturally. Sometimes it's helpful to put one or both hands over your navel as you breathe. Combine this with conscious breathing practice, what we talked about above, for greater benefit. You'll probably notice the effects within 30 seconds to a minute.
And when you say both hands over your navel, are you talking one on top of the other, or are you side by side?
I think whatever feels comfortable.
Okay.
Heart centering. Attention on your heart. The heart is working all day and night for you, and you likely give it little attention, right? Because it's involuntary. It's just there. Place your awareness on your heart region as you breathe naturally. Smile inwardly at your heart. Acknowledge your heart on the inhale, saying, "I see you," and then express gratitude to your heart on the exhale, saying, "Thank you." Repeat this like 5 times. I mean, it sounds quirky at times, you know what I mean? But it's just to acknowledge what your heart does. I mean, it's not just there, it's the main thing is pumping blood through us, right? But just the electrodes that go through there, the field that's around it, the freaking, the emotions. When we're hurt, where do we hurt? In our heart.
Depends on what kind of hurt you're talking about. Are you talking about emotional or physical?
Yeah, emotional hurt.
Okay.
And that's one thing, being mindful of your body. Like if something's bothering me and I don't think it's emotional, but yet I get that pain in my heart, it signifies to me, okay, something emotional is happening here. I don't know what it is, but it's emotional and I got to figure it out. It's the little things. It's the little thing. So establish a plumb line. Call attention to your third eye. To construct a vertical wall or door jamb without using a level, carpenters must have first establish a plumb line. A plumb line is a straight vertical line. There's a plumb line in your body too. In an upright seated position. Thank you, Patrick, for the ice creams.
Thank you, Patrick.
In an upright seated position, gaze with both of your eyes to the tip of your nose. As you do this, place your awareness on your third eye region in the center of your forehead, which is about an inch above your brow. This practice may take a little trial and error, but you'll know it when you get it. And I tried this and I found the plumb line. You see an actual line. So once you do, you can establish a plumb line quickly whenever you need it. And I didn't know carpenters and that did that. You know what I mean? Without a level.
What, use your eye? Hurry back, Heather.
Yeah, to establish a plumb line.
Yeah, you just focus on a point.
Yeah, I never knew they did that. So you're basically doing what they do on a day-to-day job if they don't have levels.
I mean, I learned how to do that when I was a block mason.
Right.
But not a mason, excuse me, a tender.
Right. But I thought that was pretty neat. Call forth the observer. Attention above the crown. When there's chaos on the surface, sometimes you need to seek higher ground, right?
I would.
Yeah, right. When you're out of center, place your awareness about 6 inches above the crown of your head. Take the position of an observer or inner magician and watch your thoughts, feelings, and sensation. This is a powerful practice, and it can instantly provide space between yourself, the host, and whatever drama might be happening in your ego, the guests.
That's cool, Maura. Maura says, my peace place is in my third eye. It is my whiter room, full of light and peace and love. And then I go from there and meditate in there.
Yep. I have a spot. Mine's a big field with trees. I haven't gone into the forest yet, but there's my house. And then Eddie knows about my cave, my end cove that has water, a river flowing through it with like a glass walkway over it. So it's weird. It's weird.
A little waterfall.
Right. Yeah, there's a waterfall in it, but in the end cave, like I'm stepping on the water at my altar. It's like glass over it. I don't know how my mind portrays that, but it just happens.
Because that's what you want to see.
Right. So, and mine's basically, I always start out in the big field. Yeah, the door. Yeah, I have doors too in the field that manifest if I need to go. Like if I need to go do some inner work, I go down. There's stairs leading down. And let me tell you, so when you go into observer perspective, make sure it's comfortable for you. When I started doing observer perspective, I do it in my body now, but it's weird. Like I'll imagine myself sitting outside on the porch or on the steps in the back, and I'll start out being an outside observer, meaning that I will look, I'm up, kind of like astral traveling, right? I'm up looking down at me, and I'll go higher and higher and higher until I can't go any higher.
Hi, Maria.
Which I can. I mean, I've gone out of this world before, but it'll help me get to that mentality of doing it inside my body, but as like a little thing. I don't know how to explain it. Nice, Maria. I had a lot when I was there, of course. But, yeah, I mean, it's all on how, how you look at it. That helps me. That might not help you. But that's how I get into that focus. So this is Access the King, a pyramid visualization. This practice comes from psychologist Robert Moore. The king is a powerful archetype in our psyche that represents an ongoing or an organized principle of self. So you visualize a crystal pyramid. A pyramid is a symbol associated with the sacred king. Imagine a crystalline pyramid in your heart area, or a large pyramid encompassing your entire body. Feel the invincible, the eternal, durable presence of this pyramid. Hold this image until you are more centered, or you can try accessing king energy by praying for guidance. Well, Maria, let me tell you something. When I first started doing astral, I thought I was having seizures. I'm telling you, seriously, because all I can explain it to you is when I get the feeling the feeling I have to put myself in to do astral projection is basically the feeling of going down in an elevator, only a lot faster. Does that make sense? So, I mean, and I get those every once in a while, like almost like my body wants to go and I'm grounded. I'm like, you know what I mean? So I get those quick, we used to call them dizzy spells. I just get a dizzy spell. But then later on, I don't know. I still don't know if it's true, but I got the feeling like it was a calling, that somebody on the other side of the astral was calling me to come over there. I don't know if that's, I've never really, put much thought into that, but right. Well, if you're laying down, you can try the old, like, drunk.
1 foot on the floor.
Yeah.
They always help me with the bed spins.
Yeah. So find stillness in the moment, mindful walking, sometimes standing or... Thank you, Nicole, for the ice cream. Sometimes standing or sitting still makes your internal chaos work.
Hurry back, Andy.
Hurry back, Andy. In these cases, mindful walking can serve you. And I do this all the time. Well, I haven't in a while, but I used to do this all the time. Walk as slow as you can, staying fully present with every step. Keep your breathing slow and steady. Try to sync your breathing with each step. For example, 2 count for each stride.
Welcome back, Heather.
Welcome back, Heather.
You walk any damn slower, you fall asleep walking.
Try this for a minute or 2. If it feels good, do it for longer. If possible, walk in nature to further assist your centering process. But yeah, no, like I've done that all my life. I've tried to walk with, I don't know, I've always been conscious of my breathing for some reason.
You try to take your strides with the breath.
Yeah.
Me, I just take long goddamn strides, so it's...
Right. Yeah. Another thing is capture what troubles you. Journaling. I tell you all the time that I don't journal a lot, but it does help to do a brain dump. I'm telling you. So to use journaling to help you find your center, write down your current challenges, problems, fears, upset, insecurities, all that stuff. Dump it in your journal.
Hey, freaky geek.
Hey, freaky geek. That's why it's called a mind dump. Get it off your mind and onto paper.
Oh my God, are you serious, Maria? Oh, so many prayers going out to you and your daughter.
Oh my God. Definitely.
Holy crap, what's going on with everybody? Easily distracted. My boyfriend's son passed away when meditating. He showed me what happened, but first we turned into birds to get there. Flew over his death. His mom now has a dove that won't leave her side.
That's probably him. Most likely. I would take it, or it's sent to watch over her from him, if
Absolutely.
that makes sense.
My mother said, oh, absolutely. All prayers and everything for you, Maria.
Of course, definitely. So yeah, dump it in your journal. Express your emotions and it might let it go, allowing you to center yourself. Go ahead.
I guess the son, his spirit animal was a dove.
Okay, yeah.
So I'm guessing it was him. It is him.
I wouldn't say that it's probably, he comes.
I said, I'm guessing.
Right. To visit, but it's definitely there to like comfort and watch over. Definitely. Sometimes you can be more centered in a matter of minutes. Other times it may take you a little bit to get there. Hold your crown is another grounding exercise. When you're off center, place one hand directly over your crown in your head. It'll ground you more quickly. just sitting here like this. Try this combination with the above methods and keep your head there until you feel more grounded, usually 1 minute or less. So, tips for maintaining your center once you get it, or, getting it there. Pay attention. That's the biggest thing I can tell you is pay attention. Before, during, and after you do these practices, pay attention to your mental, emotional, and physical state. Notice if there's any change taking place during or after these exercises. Attention builds awareness. Awareness precedes transformation. Anchor in positive results. To stay in the center with greater frequency, create positive associations with your experiences being centered. If you feel lighter or energized with a more calm, clear mind, take note of that. Okay, we remember things because of our emotions, not because of our mental, because of our emotions, what state we're in. That's why I tell when I am talking about manifesting what you want in your life, go with the emotion. How would you feel if you already had it, right? Feel that emotion. Keep that emotion with you. Same thing with doing spells. When you send a spell out, and if you want it to work, how are you going to feel when it works? Keep that emotion. So if you feel anything, definitely jot it down if you have to, but just remember it. Some people turn to these exercises into a chore. Something they should do. And I've done this many times, but I've tried certain exercises for the sake of doing them, simply to feel better about myself. But if you turn them into a chore, it creates resistance in your unconscious mind. And as a result, you'll quickly forget to use any method and stay off center. Adopt a beginner's mind. Any ideas or preconceived notions you have about the center will reduce or block the effectiveness of these practices. Okay? Your mind will try to discount the value of these practices and the center itself. So when you practice, adopt a beginner's mind. Stay curious. Stay open. And of course, experiment. You have a menu of options to choose from. Each time you try a method to center yourself, hold it as an experiment.
Marie has to understand, and I'm not, I hope this doesn't come up wrong. She says if eating tube is in her stomach, so not to work too hard for it to start bleeding again. I'm just lost. Really, it's like a dream I can't wake up from. The best part of that sentence is you said it's like a dream, not a nightmare. That is the best thing that you could have said, because now you accept the fact she's going to be okay. You feel she's going to be okay.
Right.
Sorry, when I seen that, it was like,
right.
It feels like it's a dream, not a nightmare.
Right. So you're the subject of an experiment, and the scientist making the observation. See what you discover. So look at it from both ways, right? You're the subject, but you're also the scientist. Are you more in the center after running an experiment or not? Can you detect any new sensations? Are you more present in your body? Is your mind calmer? Remember to, observe these things, how you feel. I'm telling you right now, the more you know about yourself, the better your life is going to be. Number 5 is be playful. This is how I judge myself, right? And I'll tell you why. I often act serious. So I'm writing this as a reminder to myself as well, and to the part that's serious too. Seriousness is a sign of you're out of center. Seriousness creates internal tension. When you're in the center, you're relaxed, alert, and spontaneous. You kind of roll with the flow. All of which signs are, being alert, spontaneous, and relaxed are all signs of a positive mental health. So if you feel yourself being serious all the time, take a look at that. So with that being said, we're going to move into being aware of yourself, the awareness.
But wants to know, off topic, but what does it mean when you wake up around 12 to 4 a.m.? Because me and my dad has been waking up around that time. And whenever we're sleeping at another house, we sleep, something in that house is triggering your mind to activate.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's haunted. I'm not saying anything like that.
No, but something it's just triggering.
It could be a noise.
It also could be one of you waking up and the other, because you and Dad are close. One of you waking up
and you're sensing that
you're sensing is up. Me and Eddie do that all the time. Like if one wakes up, Dad wants you to record. He probably thinks that there's something in the house then. But knowing your dad. But if Eddie wakes up, like 5 to 10 minutes later, I'll wake up. Like every time. And it's not like when he goes to work and I'm sleeping.
That's different. She knows I'm at work.
Right. But it's not the door shutting or anything. It's just the sense of he's up. Something might be wrong. That's you know what I mean? But he does the same thing when I get up.
Usually within 5-10 minutes.
Yep.
I'll sit up and I start looking to see where you're at.
Yep.
Nobody else was there. They're living in an actual house, right?
What?
They're staying in an actual house.
Yeah.
All right, because she said that the basement door opened up when nobody was around. That could have been easily debunked as the house could have settled.
Yeah, definitely. That could be a lot of things. That's not always a spirit, but it could be a lot of things. I mean, I know you don't get worried over stuff like that.
No, she don't spook like that. She knows what spirits and all that are.
Yeah.
She's the one to control flame.
Yes. She's my flame controller.
she can make a candle.
You want to? I should, even though she's 14, I should have her come up one day when I talk about candle magic.
She can make the flame of a candle dance.
Yes, she can. She's definitely talented that way.
Well, it probably got about 2 inches shorter. Freaky is what it got. Freaky says if the house settled, I wonder how much it got. About 2 inches shorter.
Right? Yes, she has the Candela effect.
We also did hear footsteps. Dad thought it was me when we were all asleep.
Well, you're probably going to be in school. I'm doing candle magic on Thursday.
Since I came my Super 7 hear me asleep, a bit better. Not much. Sleeping disorder. That's all right, Patrick. I know what you meant when you
yeah
misspelled my name. I already got it.
Yeah, she's my little candle witch. Daniela Candela. That's so funny because that's what my son, Mr. Minkster, he
oh no. She's shaking my head. I'll play sick. Laugh out loud. Just
don't
kidding.
yeah,
just
you
kidding.
better be just kidding. I'll kick your ass.
But yeah, she's the one that can make a candle dance. Not the candle, the flame.
Yeah. It's funny that you said Daniela, because that's what Ryan calls her. Daniela, Ella. You'll change it? That's right, Amorowitch. We all have to remember that light and dark are neutron areas. They coexist. They work together and against one another.
Heather, you ain't kidding. The Super 7 Stone is outstanding. See? Mine fits with us.
Mine too. You late because you watched Debris? Oh.
Well, no, that's a good excuse.
That is a good excuse.
We'll have to we have to leave him alone on that one.
Yeah. Don't tell us, though.
Yeah, because we haven't seen it yet, so don't say anything.
Yeah, no spoilers. Daniela Candela. Only you, Danielle, I swear. She has my goofy personality.
Andy stole your letter E. No, we don't know how it ends. We don't watch the previews or nothing. We wait for the show to come on, Freaky.
That's right.
Really, I think the movie, the show's pretty damn good.
Like it's not a movie.
All right, Amorowitch, that is no excuse.
What'd she say?
She was watching a Jackie Chan interview.
See? Yeah, that's no excuse.
No, Freaky's saying it's sort of rubbish. No, it's not.
I love it.
No matter how tired I am, when I come home from work, we do the show and everything. She knows if she gets me to watch something when we sit on the couch, I'll fall asleep.
Oh, yeah, Freaky.
But if Debris on, it's like I fight and I stay awake.
Oh, it's good.
Ah!
I should have known that. You said it the other day about the credits rolling. That's how it always ends.
But doesn't it end after the credits with previews of the next week?
No, that's Marvel.
I thought all programs did that, though.
Oh, I don't know.
That was buying
Well,
seeds for me. I told him I don't have the letter P and E, and he said it's hard to spell P when I don't have the letters. No kidding.
That's funny.
Oh, I get Andy now. Debris is rubbish. Don't know what the show of the same name is like, though.
Well, Freaky Debris is a broken up ship from space, so it's sort of rubbish. Yeah. Well, no, I mean, they're putting it together, so.
Piece by piece.
There was sounds today, no visual. Never stop a show just because the words start moving.
Would you get closed captioning?
I'm confused now.
All right, let's get back on track here. Me and Ted had the funniest stories, whether we're alone or together. Well, you'll have plenty more, trust me.
So in ancient Greece, in front of the courtyard of Delphi, the former shrine to the oracle of Ptha, I know I didn't say that right, there's an inscription, right?
Ruth, hold on. Ruth, are you trying to say fam instead of fan? Like family?
No, she's saying fan because Delta rune fan.
Well, that's been confusing the shit out of me from the word go.
So this is the saying, and don't give me the English speaking shit. My own. So that's the inscription.
I was going to say this is an English speaking room only. and then I seen it was you.
I knew somebody was going to do it. So it translates to know thyself, right?
Hey, Elizabeth. Trouble
Hey,
number
Elizabeth.
2.
To know thyself. And what does it mean to know thyself? At first glance, we might discount this phase as rhetoric. Sure, I know myself, you might, say, or I know who I am. On a closer examination, how we can't be so certain, though.
See, even Bug was confused. I got confused on that text and was about to ask if it was a glitch.
Maybe, Andy. So, do we know why we behave the way we do? What drives our decisions?
Insecurities.
How do we really feel about ourselves and the people in our lives?
Second guessing.
Right. As Ralph Ellison said, when I discovered who I am, I will be free.
And rich.
And that's so true. Self-awareness definition. While awareness is knowing what's happening around you, self-awareness is knowing what you're experiencing. Self-awareness is the ability to know what we're doing as we do it and understand why we are doing it. I'm not at that level yet, but I look at it in hindsight. So I'm getting there, but I'm not quite there. Like my emotions still overrun when things are happening. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Consciousness is another word for self-awareness. Psychologist Anthony Stevens, no relation, explains in Private Myths, consciousness enables individuals to monitor what's going on, to be aware of the nature and quality of events as they occur and perceive their meaning. If we are not consciousness, we are unconscious. When we are unconscious, we lack self-awareness. A large body of research shows the extraordinary range of unconscious biases and blind spots that humans have. Behavioral expert Daniel Kahneman, author of the bestseller Thinking Fast and Slow, shows that despite our confidence in our self-knowledge, we're usually wrong. As it turns out, we aren't as self-aware as we might think we are.
We're not even close to being self-aware.
Right. We lack self-awareness. Self-awareness is the foundation for emotional intelligence, self-leadership, and mature adulthood. With it, we can grow and develop. Without it, we are like a leaf riding in a wind current.
Wow. Amora, holy crap. Self-preservance is being able to being still in the storm.
Yep.
And wild in the stillness.
There you go. Beautifully
Holy crap,
put.
that's deep.
That's beautifully put. Self-awareness is a skill. In any skill, learning goes through 4 primary stages. The first stage is unconscious incompetence. Shut up, Andy. When we start something new, we aren't aware of how poor we are at it, right? I know for me, I know what I want to draw.
But trying to draw it.
And then when I draw it, it's like, what the hell is that? But in my mind, I know exactly how to lay it out and draw it.
That's a beautiful horse I'm picturing. Why'd I draw a fucking frog?
Yeah, exactly. Try playing a melody on an instrument you've never played before.
Hurry back, Nicole.
And you'll know how unconscious incompetence feels.
I want to play the Star Spangled Banner, but I'm playing Beethoven's Fifth.
Yeah. It's because of the discomfort this incompetence brings us.
You're out of your comfort zone.
That we often avoid learning new things. Learning a self-awareness requires the same discomfort. As such, most people go through life without developing self-awareness.
Oh, whatever, Andy. You ain't that fucking bad. Yeah, and a lot of you might think because of the way I act and the way my show is and everything, as I was growing up as a kid, I played a fiddle. I actually started on the violin and then moved over to the fiddle, and a lot of people look at me and you played the violin?
Right.
Yeah, actually, I got pretty good at it.
That's like one of my friends. He's, rock band, or he was when I haven't talked to him in years, but he was in a rock band, and he's like, "You want to know my secret?" And I'm like, "What's your secret?" And he's like, "I'm a class, whatever, ballroom dancer." And I'm like, "What?" It should have made sense because he don't drink, he don't smoke, he don't do, you know what I mean? He's just the music in him. But he's like, I was like, what?
Yeah, I started out on the violin.
You
People look at me like, you played the violin? Yeah, I was actually pretty damn good at it. And then I just switched over to the fiddle and I played for 7 years.
right?
I enjoyed doing it.
So, like, again, I love the sound of a banjo.
If it's played right. Well, even if it's played wrong,
You really don't know.
But you do know.
You know, but
But
it's
it still sounds just the way they're tuned, and they still sound good.
Exactly. So, like I said, yet self-awareness is a foundational skill, essential to anyone interested in authentic personal development.
That was kind of a step out of the line there. It's my one-string freaking banjo. I can play it all I want. We got to keep it cool. Our kids in here, shut up.
The key to developing self-awareness is the same as building any skill. You need the right methods combined with a consistent practice. Thankfully, there are many self-awareness activities and exercises designed to increase your sensitivity on what's going on in us. A brief tour of the brain. Now, most of you probably don't want to hear this, but we're gonna figure out how this works, right? So when most of us talk about knowing thyself, they're referring to their mind. Our cultural bias since the age of enlightenment has been toward reason, logic, and cognition. But that's only part of the story. Okay, we can section the brain into 3 parts: the neocortex, the limbic system, and the basal ganglia. The neocortex is the thinking or the learning brain. It controls the language, thought, and reasoning.
Welcome back, Nicole.
Welcome back. Much of the information in the neocortex is conscious, meaning we can draw it on at will. Okay? The limbic system is the emotional center. It stores value judgments that we make and memories of our behaviors that produce positive and negative experiences. Information from the limbic system is largely subconscious. That is, this information is just below the surface of our awareness. The basal ganglia is the root of the brain. This is our instinctual center. Okay, information travels from our gut to this primitive region without going through the other brain regions. Information from the basal ganglia is mostly unconscious. We generally can't access this information. So to build self-awareness, we must strengthen our conscious connection to all 3 of these brain regions. Different self-awareness activities strengthen connections in various brain regions. Most attempts to develop self-awareness fail because they only target the neocortex, the thoughts, the beliefs, the bias. Our goal is to become more conscious of what's driving our behavior. To accomplish this, we need to increase our sensitivity to our emotions and instincts, the information we rarely access with our conscious minds. Then we can explore our thoughts, beliefs, and biases with greater results. Self-awareness starts from your center. That's why I started out with the center. Before we attempt to cultivate self-awareness skills, it's important to find our center. Centering must always be the first step because it increases our intention. Attention is essential for learning, understanding, and developing in any area. Mindful meditation, developing the observer. There are many types of meditation. Mindfulness has become the most popular in the West, largely because of the research conducted on how this form of meditation affects the brain. And you can see the results from, if you look up neuroscientist Richard Davidson or psychologist John Kabat-Zinn. Mindfulness is a form of observational meditation where meditators place their awareness on a focal point. This point can be the breath, our thoughts, but it also can be any information coming through our five senses. Developing this observation is self in key of developing self-awareness. The observing mind is a primary function of the magician archetype. And when we activate it, we gain a unique perspective on our life experiences. And it's really true. I can't stress that enough. I really cannot stress that enough. You know, the reason we are largely unconscious to our behavior is that our egos act autonomously. We have no one monitoring our thoughts, feelings, actions, or behaviors from moment to moment. Through observational meditation, we create a space between the door of actions, the thinker of thoughts, and the feeler of feelings. The observing self can monitor our thoughts, feelings, and actions with objectivity.
With what?
Objectivity.
Oh.
It's important to understand that we don't have this observing self unless we develop it. Without this inner observer, we cannot develop self-awareness. So it's very important to find this, and develop this observer, which I have done. And I'm telling you, that's how I know more about my body and know more why I feel this way in this situation, why I felt this way. It's really taking a look at yourself, and it sucks sometimes, but it's so much worth it. It's self-awareness, activities to improve mind-body connection. Abraham Maslow writes in Toward a Psychological Being, humans no longer have instincts in the animal sense, powerful, unmistakable inner voices which tell them unequivocally what to do, when, where, how, and with whom. Okay, that's animal instincts. Okay. Authentic selfhood can be determined or can be defined in part as being able to hear those impulse voices within oneself, that is to know what it really wants or doesn't want. What one is fit for and what is not fit for. Reconnecting our body instincts is the integral part of developing self-awareness. The aim of these practices is to strengthen a body-mind connection. 2 particle self-awareness activities I recommend are which we talked about, the Han Hong, a Chinese standing meditation. That's where you're the tree with your spine, straight. That helps develop a level of body sensitivity. Okay. Then a grounding technique, a series of exercises for grounding yourself in your body and reconnecting to the earth. Okay. These activities don't require a lot of time to get started, and you'll develop greater self-awareness skills of your body right away. Maybe if you want it to be, Andy, it can be. Self-awareness exercises. The personality is a collection of patterns. Okay. Yeah, I would say it's a lecture. I'm going like this. So this You see me do this, you know what's coming. No. Your personality is a collection of patterns. These patterns include thoughts, beliefs, worldviews, feelings, tendencies, and behaviors. Our experiences and environment condition these patterns into us. Okay? Most of these patterns lie below the surface of our awareness. By getting to know our personality, we bring these patterns to consciousness, increasing our self-awareness. And I've done that to where I can see a pattern coming. If this happens, I know this is going to happen. I still can't, I'm not at that level where I can control it in the moment, but I'm aware of that. Self-awareness activities. And this is a big thing. I'm very big on knowing why I am the way I am, right? So I take a lot of assessments of myself. I find out my archetype. I find out, my personality patterns. And how to do that is go look for an Enneagram and a Myers-Briggs. Myers-Briggs actually provides insight into dominant patterns of behavior of your personality type. And they have a free test. If you guys want, I can put the links in the, I'll have to go find them, but I can put them in the group. So personality tests, assessments, we just talked about that. Duh. So the Myers-Briggs provides insights to your personality type. Strength assessments. The value and action strength test from the University of Pennsylvania will highlight your most natural strengths and your weaknesses. And I'm telling you, you take these tests and you're like,
thank you guys.
You're like, okay, I understand why I do that now. If that makes sense. You find out little quirks about yourself. Self-reflection. Take time each evening to even reflect on your behavior for the day. How do you perceive yourself? How did others perceive you? What can I learn from observing my behavior today? Personal values. And I've talked many times about this, guys. You know this. Core values. Right? A lot of the times we sit here and we feel shitty about ourselves because, and I'll tell you one thing, when it comes to core values, all right, like one of my core values is authenticity. I want to bring the true me to everybody that knows me, okay? So if I step out of that core value, that true authenticity, right? And integrity is another one. Integrity is a big one for me. If I step out of that, my unconscious knows that. I might not be aware of it, but my unconscious is aware of that. And I'll get depressed. Have no reason, no knowledge of why I get depressed. And most likely I can go back and figure it out to be that I stepped outside of one of my core values. And people don't realize that. So core values answer the question, what's most important to me? When you become aware of your personal values, you can evaluate it if you're living in according with them.
What does that mean?
So you don't step outside of those core values, the boundaries of those core values. If my big core value is integrity, and I'm telling you lies,
oh, okay, all right.
My body's going to know.
I understand what you're saying.
You know what I mean? I might not consciously think about what I'm doing, but my body's going to know.
Right. I understand what you're saying now.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm...
No, that's okay.
A little on the tired side, so I'm a little slow.
Right.
And that's the way it should be, Nicole.
That's right.
Anytime that you try to be what they want you to be, they beat you.
They live in your head.
For free.
Listen, don't make this into a, remember how it was before when I talked about this. Why are you giving them power? You don't need to give anybody else power of your control. They don't walk a minute in your shoes. Why should they control a minute of what you do?
Why should they live a minute in your head?
Ooh, big bubble. Ooh.
Actually, Patrick, with PTSD, you stop yourself from becoming in touch with your emotions because you're afraid of how strong your emotions are going to be.
Mm-hmm.
Because trust me, with me having it exactly, Nicole, it actually overloads me sometimes.
Yeah, it's overwhelming. Nobody wants to feel overwhelmed. And that's what happens. That's right, Freaky Geek. Make sure you get the rent in full before you let anybody live in your head.
That's right. Just be you, and that's all that matters.
Exactly. Personal vision. We have an ideal future self. We all do. This future self is realized potential. It's realized potential that could happen, right? Maslow found that self-actualizing individuals all have a sense of destiny. Invest time to clarify your personal vision for the future. That's why we do vision boards. And I'll talk about that one day, about vision boards. I love vision boards. I never freaking use them, but I love them. Maybe that's my problem. Journaling. Capturing your inner thoughts and feelings in a journal helps us to objectify them. Personal narrative. Your life story is a fundamental component of your personality. The stories we tell ourselves about our lives don't just shape our personalities, they are our personalities. Shadow work. We've all talked about shadow work before, not in depth.
Hi, Bridget.
Hey, haunted experience. Oh,
Hi,
no.
haunted experience.
That's not good. Hey, Bridget. It's your birthday too? Happy birthday, Bridget. It's also Lynn's birthday.
We got a comet coming between, or a meteor, or whatever the hell it is, between the what is it, the Earth and the Sun? Or
It's just debris. It's from the show. It's all good. I'm joking. Sorry.
You fucking confused me. What the fuck?
I know. Yeah, I knew as soon as you looked at me like you're like, what?
What the hell is it?
Yes, happy birthday.
2.5 hours. So an hour. 2.5 hours till asteroid comes between our moon. Today gives me my birthday. 2.5 hours is an hour.
She might have about 2.5 hours.
She might have not had it.
Nobody else has had any problems haunted.
Dun, dun, dun.
That sucks. Haunted, do you want to, I can give you, are you on dlive? I can give you the dlive link. Just maybe it'll come in over there.
If it's 2.5 hours, then it's 180 minutes. But if it's 2.5 hours, it's 60 minutes at 5. Okay, where are you at though, Bridget?
Yeah, in an hour. If she's on the East Coast, I believe it.
No, then it would be 1 p.m. our time.
Oh, yeah. That's what I meant. Thank you, Nicole.
Try to figure out where Bridget's at, though. I am so surprised Freaky or Andy hadn't made a comment saying at her computer.
I know, right? Don't mind him. He's tired anyway. So doing math, he's like, blah.
Don't worry, Patrick. I missed it too, and I'm the one asking the question. Oh, well, I was thinking it, Eddie.
Yeah, we know you guys. So shadow work. We are complex creatures with opposing tensions within us, right? For every aspect of our character we identify with, an opposing quality lives within our unconsciousness. Shadow work seeks to bring those opposing qualities
What the
right to light.
Here comes again. I was going to lag bad because Nicole just did it.
Oh.
Excuse me, Heather's doing it right behind
Hey,
me.
Pammy.
Hi, Pammy.
Shadow work seeks to bring those opposing qualities to light so they won't influence our behavior. That's why shadow work is so important. Right? I know.
Math is one of my favorite subjects to stay away from.
Same here.
But, you know, I hate complicated math. I hate when it comes to decimals and fractions and stuff like that. But when you talk about quick math, adding, subtracting, multiplication, and that, Shadow will tell you, hey, I'm quick.
Yeah.
And I can usually get my paycheck within $10 every week.
Even closer than that. I think within $5. Inner dialogue. Within our minds is a family of inner voices, or our sub-personalities, with their thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. Dialogue with these characters out loud or in a journal helps us develop self-awareness of our emotional terrain. Yeah, that's it.
I was traveling at 77,000 miles an hour and his 2/3 of a kilometer, which 2,380 feet across. Even if that blew up in the atmosphere, it will wipe out thousands, if not tens of thousands of square miles.
So we're all dying today? Is that what you're saying?
At least I'm tired.
Right.
I won't die wide awake.
So observe others. We are more alike than we are different. In observing other people, we can often learn a great deal about our behavior. And that's so true. Like we talked about before, that mirror. Not only that, we learn who we are not. And that's how we learn who we are, is basically because we, instead of having self-awareness that we should, we sit there and go, well, I know I'm not like that guy, or I'm not like that chick.
Well, that's where you also put in your mind the reason why you're not like them, because they're already taken. So I might as well be myself.
Right.
And I'm sure a lot of people are going to be like, what do you mean they're already taken? Why would you want to be like somebody else who's acting that way? Why would you want to be them?
Right. But there's something in there.
Is there?
That's making
jealousy,
you,
maybe envy.
Could be
One of the two of the sins of the Bible.
All right, easily distracted. Thanks for coming in, hon. I appreciate it. We appreciate it. Have fun doing taxes.
We just said I can get within dollars of my paycheck, and now they got to go do taxes. Sorry, distracted if that's my fault.
So, right. So all these activities and processes help you get to know your personality, improve your interpersonal intellects, and build self-awareness. How to gain self-awareness through others. According to John Whitmer, a pioneer in the coaching industry and author of Coaching for Performance, building awareness, responsibility, and self-belief is the goal of the coach. And that's so true. Like you guys know, some of you know, that I've gotten into life coaching, spiritualistic coach, that type of thing. And what it is basically, well, here, a primary way of coaching helps their clients build awareness by giving effective feedback. If you practice shadow work, one thing many people notice is how much easier it is to observe other people's shortcomings than your own. In corporate environments, many organizations use a 360-degree feedback as assessment tool for providing employees with performance feedback from their supervisor and up to 8 peers. If you don't have the coach, you can ask a trusted friend questions like, what behaviors do you believe are limiting my potential? One of my favorite questions is, if you had all the money in the world, okay, all the freedom in the world, what would you be doing right now?
Bored out of your fucking mind, or dying from alcohol poisoning, or
No,
overdose?
no, not like that. I'm talking about, like, what would you go after? Is there a skill that you would go after? What would you want to change about your life, how it is now?
Probably take a step up in my next cooking phase.
Exactly. You know? So when it comes to coaching, it's basically we break that down on how that can happen now.
I've been practicing shadows work for the last 10 years. No, actually, only about the last couple of years.
That's true, because he really didn't believe in me in the beginning. No, I really never talked about it in the beginning of our relationship.
No, it was quite a while that we were together before we really started discussing it. And then it took a couple more years before I really started getting involved into it.
Yeah.
So all in all,
he knew how I was, how I felt about things. And
yeah, it's only been probably about the past 3 years that I've seriously gotten into it.
And it's not like I don't push people to do anything. I just want to give them options.
She shut me down the stairs so many times, dude, you have no idea.
Wait a minute, I have the proof. I have the metal rod in my
That
leg.
was long before she met me.
That is true. I was 24 then. What behaviors do you believe are limiting my potential? How do you feel when you're potential?
That's not how you said it.
Yeah, I know. I stuttered it. Sorry.
Okay.
How do you feel when you're talking to me? What do you think I'm good at? What are some of my weaknesses?
That doesn't make you weird.
That doesn't make you weird. That makes you a beautiful person.
It doesn't make you weird at all. You know, the ones that are weird are the ones that call you weird.
That's right. They're the weird ones. If you had to describe me to someone, what would you say? Shut up. Shut up. No. Okay.
Well, all right.
No, go ahead. I'm not asking these.
You just said, if I had to describe you to someone, what would I say?
Right.
You're kind. You got a big heart. You're understanding. But you're stern when you have to be. So, yeah, it makes you the perfect person for me.
I love you. He's such a charmer.
Whatever. Take the script back now.
Yes, definitely, Andy.
Did you hear what I said?
Just take the script back now. Did you read Andy?
You said, shut up, even this way too. I'm serious though. I mean, I couldn't. I couldn't buy a better person. I don't mean it as a tramp, or I couldn't. I mean,
you gotta be careful what you say with these people.
With Andy and them and everybody around, but it's true.
No,
I mean,
I love you, baby.
I love you too, Holly.
So, only ask these questions to a trusted confidant, and from a place.
So she is not asking you, Andy.
Thank you, Heather. Yes, he is awesome. I wasn't you guys don't. I know, right, Andy?
She's got the invisible leash on me right now. That's
So let's recap a little bit. Self-awareness is a skill that helps us monitor our behavior and to better understand. You're the best.
You guys are definitely the best.
Better understanding our motives and ourselves. The more you know, I can't stress it enough, guys. The more you know about yourselves and why you react the way you do to certain things, and just, it takes so much off your shoulders. I'm telling you, it really does. When you get to the base of it. I am a nerd, though. If that was to me, I don't know if that wasn't to me.
No, she ain't. There's a difference. She's a geek, not a nerd.
Yeah, I'm more of a geek. So, like any other skill, we can develop self-awareness with the right methods combined with consistent practice. The stronger our observing self becomes, the more space we have between us and our thoughts, feelings, and actions. Most people fail to develop self-awareness because they don't get rooted into their bodies first. We need to integrate the various regions of our brains that guide our instincts, feelings, and thoughts to increase our self-awareness. And by practicing a range of self-awareness activities and exercises, we can adjust our body's emotions and thoughts. This integrated approach is the key to cultivating true self-awareness.
But Freaky, in a manner of speaking, you actually want that space between your ears to grow. Maybe not physically in your head, but you want that space to grow.
But yeah, I mean, I hope that helped you guys, or at least brought some attention to it. I mean, I'm telling you right now, when I started this journey, okay, which was a long time ago, like, being self-aware has not, now mind you, I still have anxiety and stuff like that on certain days. It just comes and goes. But that crippling anxiety where I get frozen, I haven't been frozen in a long time. At least, well, before we left Batavia. I think that was the last that I've been. Actually, like, my anxiety crippled me. I froze. I couldn't move because I felt like if I moved, something bad was going to happen.
It actually happened twice on the trip from Batavia or from Warsaw to Batavia.
Yeah.
You froze twice.
Right. Well, because of that bull.
And the dog.
The dog. The dog
froze me.
Yeah, the dog froze you too. Anybody would have been frozen by that dog. One little, like, you didn't even have to step your foot. You could just move your foot in that dark. It's pitch black, and there's a dog barking. You don't know if this dog is chained up.
We couldn't see it.
We couldn't see it. We could see movement of shadow, but we couldn't see the actual dog.
But he damn sure seen us.
He knew we were there, and we were on the road. It wasn't like we're in his yard or anything. We're on the other side of the road from the house.
And the worst part is no street lights, no kind of sorts of lights, nothing. We're heading onto a back road, state road.
Yeah.
Heading out of town. And thank God these two old people happened to pull over and asked if we wanted a ride. It was like, oh my God. We couldn't get in the car fast enough.
Why is there going to be knocks on the door in 3 minutes? Did you call the MIB?
It's Andy. Come on.
The fuck, Andy? That's tomorrow's show. Don't Don't make me be gone before tomorrow's show. Then there ain't going to be a show.
You gotta wait till after the show, goddammit.
Right? The hell's wrong with you?
Synchronized watches.
And usually nothing comes to the door.
Not usually.
It goes to the front desk. But I'm scared. I don't know what the hell's going on. I don't know. When Andy says shit like that, it makes me worried.
It don't bother me.
Or am I getting swatted?
Well, now that would be cool.
No, it wouldn't. I know. Andy's rushing things.
Oh, no, because Andy said he may not be here tomorrow, so he needs to have his evil fun.
Oh, I see how. No, I haven't gotten a hold of Will Smith yet. I tried. I'm trying still. You know, I call like every. I probably get it. He probably blocked me because I've called him so many times. What? What are you looking at me like that for?
Go with your gut. You're lying.
Of course, Melanie. Everybody
Hi, Melanie.
give prayers and fast healing to Melanie. She's going in for surgery tomorrow on her throat.
Oh, everything's going to be perfect. Everything's going to be great. Think of your whole family in this chat room.
That's right.
We'll all be holding you up in prayer.
Definitely talk about anxiety. I can understand that, Melanie. But of course, prayers to you, hon. Quick, get well vibes afterwards. Definitely.
And again, even though I was late coming in, and I apologize again, it sucks now because Andy, it sucks now because I have become assistant manager that now overtime is almost kind of mandatory. I worked 10.5 hours off on my day off, and that's why I was late getting here. But you know what? You guys make it so worthwhile staying awake.
Andy, you put a chick in his messenger? Excuse me? Oh, now he's like, let me check it now.
You said, chick, I'm on my way.
So wrong. So wrong.
Let's see what this bitch looks like. And I'm getting paid. Oh, boy.
Oh, God. Thank you, Nicole, for the lemons. Yes, he got assistant grocery manager.
Yes, I did.
Thank you, Patrick, for the lemons. What are you doing?
It's not me.
What the hell was that? Why did you do that?
Do what? I didn't do anything.
You did too. You moved the whole freaking...
I didn't do a damn thing.
Oh, my God. Now you see where my anxiety comes from? Do you see this? Yeah, yay! No, thank you, Nicole, for the ice cream.
Who asked about me getting a job or the promotion?
Melanie, because she hadn't been around.
Oh.
You're the best around, damn it.
Oh, what the fart?
No, I'm serious. You all are. Heather thinks I'm lying. Did you guys see that? Heather thought I was lying when I said you were the best
what
around.
the
See?
fart?
Thank you guys
It's
for
an
the ice
earthquake
cream.
called the Eddie. No, I'm more like a typhoon.
Guys, I'm telling you. You guys are awesome. You spoil us so much.
Absolutely. And Melanie, remember, at this point in time, you're spoiled because everybody is going to have their prayers for you.
Definitely.
Everybody will be praying. You will be lifted. Don't worry.
That's right. Oh, thank you. That makes us feel really good, Melanie. It really does. I want somebody, I want you guys to come in here and have it not have as much fun as you would in Eddie's streams, but but just something, hopefully something you can pick up and just be helpful. But all you guys in chat are what make the show.
But remember, you're in our prayers. Everybody's prayers, you're in them.
Definitely.
Amora, Maria, you all know you're held in tight prayer.
All you guys. Yeah, seriously.
And even though of you that don't think you need it, we always think about you guys.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Well, we love you guys so much.
You're the best fart around.
I should put in there somehow to do that. All right, guys. I am going to run the credits here, maybe.
So, as you know, as she runs the credits, this is my time to say, ladies, here's your hugs. Guys, here's your fist bump. Stay safe, stay strong. We'll get through this. I'll see you guys tomorrow.
I am pressing the button right now, so 30 seconds. The chest is opening. If you're over on dlive, make sure you hit the chest. If it doesn't pop up for you, hit the chest.
Hi, Anton.
Hey, Anton. Oh, thank you.
Oh, you was a lurker.
He was a lurker.
You got caught because you spoke.
We love you guys so much. We do. Each and every one of you. You guys make it, even the lurkers.
It's not chat up the hype. It's hype up the chat.
All right, Nicole. Nicole got 79.7. Heather got 46.2. Patrick got 33.6. Freaky Geek got 26.9. And Melanie got 22.7 lemons.
Wow, congratulations all.
Nice.
Everybody got double-digit grabs.
Yeah, that's pretty freaking awesome. Again, thank you guys so much for being here.
Amora wants you to send a Twitter with the dlive.
Okay, we'll do. I forgot what I was doing. Hold on, Matt. Okay, this.
Listen, Melanie, anytime that we are doing a live, whether it's her channel, my channel, if you start chatting, you're not interrupting at all.
No, believe me. That's all me. When I stumble and stutter, that's all me. That's nobody interrupting me. That's all on me.
But your interruption might be a perfect question at that point in time.
That's true. That's right.
Night, Misty Cat.
Take care, Misty Cat. Thank you so much for being here. Thank each and every one of you guys for being here. We appreciate you so much.
And we
really do. All right, guys. With that being said, take care. Be safe. Tomorrow's Men in Black. So it might be the last day you see us.
Who knows?
You never know. So come on in and chat it up. It's going to be open panel. And yeah, that's all we're going to talk about. It's the Men in Black. I want to hear experiences or what you've heard about them or what you think they are.
And keep me out of the conversation. Men in Black. Keep me out of the conversation.
With that being said, take care, guys. Be safe. Love you guys. And remember, find something today that makes you smile with your eyes. All right, guys. We love you. See you tomorrow.